Escaping Writers Genjutsu. Ready, set, right. Yoish! Welcome everybody and welcome to my 15-day Preptober series using my Writers Genjutsu Escape Journal that I created to prep and prepare my story to be ready to write on Nanowrimo the month of November because I intend to participate in Nanowrimo. Now, I have technically already filmed this video, but I was having some issues with the screen, so I am filling it again. I went through the process of filling out everything. I'm not about to delete everything and do that over. So that was my mistake because I should have made sure everything was working before I committed, and it didn't. Next video, I will go through the entire process with you, but for now, I'm just going to go over what I did. So, the first section in my book, aside from the title screen, the dedication, and the table of contents, is the writing schedule. So, while it's not outlined as the first step, it is technically the first step because you want to know when you are going to be available to write, basically, for the next month because it's a month long challenge and you want to get it done within a month. So you need to know your schedule. While your schedule will change, it does tend to conform to one specific thing. Your weeks consist of a consistent pattern, and you should know and be able to write around it. And it's flexible, as in, there are some days where you will not have marked as you being available, or sometimes that you may not have marked that you are available to write, but you will, have the opportunity and you might take that chance to write on those days. But this is just to see what you can definitely do. So I went through and I mapped out my entire day dealing with my nephews. I currently am not working, but I do deal with my nephews. So I mapped out my days. Monday through Friday, I would be available from 9 p.m. to 12 a.m. Saturdays, I will have more availability because my nephews and my niece does not have to go to school. So I don't have to worry about that. All I have to worry about is cooking and cleaning and other things. Sunday is the day where I chose not to do anything because I have to prepare them for Monday, basically. I have to do a lot of things to prepare for Monday. That's the day where I just have to get things started, clean everything, like start off fresh, and basically the new week starts. I erased my 9 through 12 on Wednesday because I do not want to burn myself out. If I do it every day, then I'm just not going to feel like writing. I need a break. So I came up with 9 to 12, 4 hours on the weekdays, excluding Wednesday, and 7 hours on Saturday. And that's it. That was my writing schedule I came up with. Now, there may come a week where I want to work on Wednesday and I will do so. And there may come a time where Sunday I actually finish everything early and I just have that extra time to work. I will do so. But that is not my set in schedule for NaNoWriMo. I want to follow this set schedule. Now, once I completed that, I moved on to the first step of my journal, and that is creating the one sentence summary. So, this is usually if you have a rough idea, which I did, and basically you just take the ideal for your story and you try to break it down. You literally try to compact it into one sentence. Like it doesn't have to have any detail or nothing. Like if you if you were to go break down Harry Potter, it would be a boy with a scar on his face, or a boy, orphan boy, um, who finds out that he is a wizard and is invited to a wizarding school, or something more along the lines. It doesn't have to tell the whole story, or doesn't have to tell you who the antagonist is, doesn't even have to tell you the main problem. It's just something that describes your story. So mine is a woman causes issue for herself when she attempts to expose a large company or corporation. That is my one sentence summary. And that's basically how it is. It's going probably going to spiral out of control. Like there's probably other ways. There's several different sentences you can write that will describe your story, but this is the one I am going with. So, I take that one sentence and I break it down into three. That is the next step. So, three sentences. One, the first sentence being the beginning, the second sentence being the middle, and the third sentence being the end. So, I wrote, and last when I did this video before, I spent quite a few minutes sitting here thinking of the best sentence to describe what happens in that chunk of the story without giving out too much detail because I'm saving that detail for later. So, for my first sentence that describes the beginning, it is a woman uses a service to conjure something outlandish or something someone outlandish and is stuck with it as a consequence. That is the first part of the story. Everything has to do with that sentence and the beginning of the story. And then for the sentence to define the middle is she finds herself on a crazy journey when she attempts to figure out arising issues caused by the first sentence basically. Um so that best describes what happens. She's on a journey, stuff happens, blah. And then the sentence for the end, I haven't quite figured out how I plan to end it, but this is what I wrote. She is left with a decision that will either end her already dying race or disrupt others. Right? And once that's finished, that is the completion of step two. Simple. All you need is three sentences. Remember, you do not have to add any extra details. We're literally just building the skeleton. So if you were to make a clay sculpture, you would start out with the wire form. This is the wire form. We're just twisting, twirling, building structure so that we can add the pieces, the clay, and all that stuff to form it. So, our next step, which is step three, is the full story summary. Still lacking details, of course, but we take each sentence from our three sentence summary and we take each sentence and we break them down, basically. So for the first sentence, it was a woman using a service conjures something outlandish and is stuck with it as a as a consequence. So I broke that down into four separate sentences, figuring out what I want to happen in the story without going into too much detail. So Hades' corpse is offering males' creations to the remaining females after all males have died out due to a virus. Nevaeh, who is our main character, hates Hades' corpse, and in order to make them look bad, attempts to ask for a male that is out of this world to show the people that they are liars, basically. However, Haiti Corpse provides her with her outlandish request, and she is left to take care of him, right? And she ends up curious and in a situation as Haiti Corpse seems to now be interested in her created Mel. That is some defining sentences that builds up the summary of the first part of my story. So, the middle sentence, which is the middle part of the story, is she finds herself on a crazy journey when she attempts to figure out arising issues. So, issues caused by her requesting that mail. So, I wrote for my next four sentences to describe the middle, I wrote, after getting used to her created Mel, time passes and news spreads that the created males, because she's not the only one to get the created males, have contracted the previous virus that killed off. the males of the stories. I didn't write all of that, but I understood. And the next sentence is interest interest for her created male builds as it becomes known that he is immune to what killed the men on their planet, leading to them fleeing and searching for answers. She breaks into Hades' corpse with help and finds that Hades' corpse is unethically plucking males from different dimensions before she is transported to her male's realm slash dimension slash world where she meets his kinds in chains. She is interrogated and escapes and brings a spark back to her male's kind, encouraging them to fight till the very end. And then for the third one, the ending sentence, she is left with a decision that will end her already dying race or disrupts others. And I wrote, she learns that the death of her planet's males is a bioweapon caused by the aliens fighting her male kind in that realm. She returns to her planet slash realm dash dimension. I haven't figured out yet which one it's gonna be, so I just wrote that to a full scale invasion. How long she was gone, I don't know. Again, no details added. The next one is she broadcasts to her people Hades' corpse corruption and explains the truth of the situation, offering them an escape using her technology. D. It ends with her heading out to battle to save as many people as possible. Now, it's possible that this Mod Podge summary, this very thin skeletal summary, is going to change. And this is built for that. It's super simple to just remove a sentence and then replace it with a new sentence that goes in a completely different direction. It's built for that. So try to get this section right first before you move on to the next section. As building on to this skeleton building onto this skeleton makes it very difficult to change the skeleton without disrupting everything else on top of it. So try to get your skeletal system right first before moving on. And that's it for this video. The next section will be storytelling and finding your style. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. This is the first video of my Preptober video series. I'm one of 15 because there's 15 days left before NaNoWriMo hits. And we will go through the process of my new writing journal that I am trying to get prepared and ready and see how well it works in a situation like this to help writers escape the writer's genjutsu, aka writer's block. So if you are interested, I have a Discord. The link is in the description. It is called the Writer's Genjutsu Escape. There you can ask me questions on the um the book that I am writing in currently and other things about writing. I am a published author and I do write and I wrote the book to help those who struggle with actually putting words to paper. So, if you are interested, please join us. Also, please like and subscribe this video and hit the notification button so you can be notified when the next video of the series comes out. I will be putting out one every day for the next 15 days over the course of the rest of this month, October, Preptober, until NaNoWriMo begins. Thank you for watching. Enjoy yourself. Yosh!